Hey guys, Allie here. I wanted to talk about being conscious and a powerful creator throughout our day and how we talk about stories and versions of ourselves. It's a good idea. Like I always say, it's always good to know what you would like to experience, what you would like to live out in the 3D and and the person you'd like to be and the experiences and the feelings and all the stuff that come along with that person, how that would feel. It's always good to know what you would like to experience and the person you'd like to be and have those set in your mind. That's your intention. And then when you're going throughout your day, in terms of being a conscious creator, what happens to so many of us is that we will get out in our day and a circumstance will come up. And remember, all circumstances inherently are neutral and we give them meaning. So we can give them meaning that feels better for us in terms of it's more aligned with our authentic self, or we can give it meaning from a place that is fearful. We can either go to love or we can go to fear. And when we do that, it will create a story around that. But the love coming from a place of love and identifying with whatever happens to us, giving it a meaning associated in love is always going to feel better because it's aligned with the truth of who we are instead of giving it a meaning based in fear. So anyway, we'll go back to how we'll be going throughout our day and something will come up and all of a sudden we'll just very quickly have a thought and we will be in a story. A lot of us have stories. We've grown up with different stories. The thing is that now that we're becoming a lot more aware of our power and in how we're consciously creating, now we know that it's not the stories that are happening to us. It's us choosing to engage in those stories. So if somebody has a story come up and then they go into that story and they end up spending the whole day engaging in that story and thinking about that and having thoughts and feelings come up and they don't feel good because maybe this story is based in lack and doubt and fear, but they spend the whole day in that story. And don't beat yourself up if you do that. That's fine. The point of power is when we recognize that we're in the story. And when we become aware of the fact that we're in the story, then we can take the observer point of view. We can step back because it's just a story. And we can choose to engage that story more fully, or we can choose to engage another version. A version that we want to experience, that makes us feel good, that is exciting and, arouses passion and feels abundant. All we have to do is take our energy and focus off this story that we're not happy about and put it on another version, another story that we would like to experience and move forward with that one instead. The key about this is instead of getting caught up in the stories, which so many of us do when we feel like everything is happening to us, well, that's because we're in the story and we're not standing from a place and recognizing our power as the creator of those stories, because we're giving meaning to all those stories and we're choosing to engage with them. So when you're the observer and you have some thoughts come through and then you notice that you're in a story, awareness, like I said, is the number one thing. That's so great because then you're conscious. You know that you're choosing this story by giving it your time, focus, and energy. So you can choose to step back, realize that you're engaging in that story, and then just be like, okay, yeah, I don't want to create more of that story. That story doesn't feel good. I don't want to experience it, and I don't want to recreate more of it. So what am I going to do instead? I'm going to put my thoughts, feelings, focus, energy into something I want to experience instead. And when you do that, you redirect all that energy and you're conscious in putting it into something that you want to experience. If you're going to be here on planet Earth, living out what we're living and able to experience things in a 3D way, let's put all our time, energy, and focus on things we want to experience. Not only that, but when circumstances come up, always give it a meaning that comes from love and not from fear. Because I realize, sad things happen, this and that, but we can look at it from a place of love and a place of maybe bittersweet, touching, feeling, and everything like that versus, instead of like victim and why is this happening and, all the things that don't feel good. But when we give things a meaning inspired from the place of love, it's always going to feel good because that's associated with our authentic selves. So it kind of is going on two lanes of thought there. Anyway, the key that I really, really want to get across is that when we're going throughout our day, to be conscious as you go along, and I say this a lot, be present, engaged with people, be in your body, know what you're feeling and what you're thinking. These are all things that are recreating more of themselves. So you want to be identified with what you want. And like I said, don't judge yourself if you go to lack stories or lack thoughts or this or that. If you're aware of it, that's a huge, huge thing. And then when you're aware of it, you can redirect. But as being the observer and choosing to engage which things you want to put your attention on, you're consciously creating because you're consciously being an observer and you're noticing what thoughts, feelings, emotions are coming up, and then you're choosing whether to engage more in them or you're choosing to engage in something different. And most likely, if there's anything that doesn't feel good, you're going to redirect your attention to the things that do feel good and more of what you want to experience and create in your reality. So, and guys, it can be really fun. I mean, if we look at it from an observer point of view and to create what we want, just take everything, like feel into your body every day, be present, in tune, so you know what's happening inside you, because your body tells you what's true for you. If something doesn't feel good and you're feeling bad and your vibration is low, it's because something's not resonating with the authentic person that you are. And it's good to check into that so you can redirect that. I always say my desired reality is unfolding in every moment. That's the thing I come back to every time I notice that I have thoughts or beliefs coming up that aren't resonating with what I want and I don't feel good. My desired reality is unfolding in every moment. But this can be fun because we are consciously creating. So remember, you're the powerful one. You're creating everything. You have the power to put your energy and focus on what you want. And that's what you want to do. And when things come up and you feel things in your body, be curious about it. Okay, I'm feeling this way. If you're feeling good and things are flowing, just go with it. That's great. If not, and you're not feeling good and you're feeling tight and you're feeling constricted, dive in for a second and just think, okay, what am I thinking? What am I believing? What is coming up within me to make me feel these things? Because this is not something I want to recreate. I'd like to redirect that energy to something else. But make it fun, because all of it's just anytime, even if things that are negative come up and don't feel good. Like I've said before, it's all just feedback for you. So you're just noticing something. Your body is making you aware of something that isn't in alignment with where you want to go. That's a good thing, because that gives you the time and chance to redirect that so you can be intentional about what you create, instead of just unconsciously staying in that story where you're producing something that doesn't feel good and unconsciously recreating more of that, So I think that's all, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I am going to do some email Q&A. One of my dreams is to be able to become or start coaching. Now, I do this a lot with people in my everyday life, but I've never ever done it officially. But I notice I love to do it. It's one of my passions. So at some point, I'd like to bring that to you guys. And in the meantime, I am going to offer an email Q&A at some point. But just be kind right now and patient, because I'm learning this all as I go, and I'm just following what feels really, really good to me at this point in time. And the thing that does is this topic and the way to help people live their best lives, an intentional life that they want to live, where they're fulfilled and content and happy and in a place of joy. And I want people to know that that's why we're here. And I want to help more people do that. And I love, love, love this topic, because isn't that why we're all here? To live our greatest life, to be happy. Bittersweet times will come, but to ultimately be content and fulfilled and joyous and have passion in our lives and just have a very full life. I think that's why we're all here. And that's what we're meant to experience. So I would like to ensure that more people do that. So anyway, that's all I got on that spiel. I will see everybody tomorrow. Bye guys. Thanks for watching.